If you do go on to enjoy today's video, please remember to hit that like button and of course subscribe for more content. And if you need any coins for Ultimate Team to get a head start on the game, head to the link in the description. Use the code TVM for a discount at checkout. What is going on, guys? TVM here. Welcome back to a brand new play review. Very early this morning, we had Bojan, however you say his name. Now we have a smaller segment of that whole objective, which is long. Lima will be out today at some point as well. I can't remember whether this one is the goals or whether Lima was the goals or the. I'm sure Lima must have been assists. I'm gonna look now while I talk to you. But this card looks unreal for an 82 rated centre back, and I find it really frustrating that chemistry exists in FIFA 20 because, yeah, okay, the whole point really of the MLS squad building thing is to get a little bit of chemistry on the go, because if they just gave us Bojan or they just gave us Long, it would be almost impossible to get them into a team. But now that we have three, and of course they have a rule breaker Opara, who flew up in price yesterday for obvious reasons, it now gives us a really good set of links into the league. Now, the scoring streak, which was score 15 goals using MLS players, gave us a player, and I don't know which one it is because Footbin isn't telling me. And then the other one is play 15 matches, and that gave us the other player. I can't remember which one's which. I'm pretty sure Long came first, then Lima, I'm pretty sure. Don't quote me on that, but that's the way I remember it. 2-star skills, 3-star weak foot, high a defensive work rate, medium attacking. He's 6'1", high in average body type, although does feel quite lean with it as well, which is only a good thing, by the way, especially when he has 86 strength, 82 aggression, great stamina, great jumping. His defensive stats for an 82 rated card are very, very good indeed, and he has the pace. That's the most important stat about this card, really, and that's why people are going to probably try and force these cards, Lima, Long, possibly Opara, Rule Breaker, and you never know, maybe their Bojan card as well, into their weekend league teams. And I would not blame you if you tried to do that. The only problem we have right now is that there is no decent MLS goalkeeper in which to pair Long and Opara together. Even if you decide not to go with Opara, you can get away with forcing in another player in there, like CDM Wise. I think that's Nagby, I think he is. And that is, of course, giving the full chem to the centre-back. The problem with that is, of course, he's just not that great. So anyone you link or you use to get a strong link into Long isn't going to be as good as someone like Opara, who is actually very useful in this game. Now, by the title, you are probably thinking, are you mad, you clickbait son of a... No, I'm not. This guy rivals Klosterman, he rivals Joe Gomez, and I don't care what anyone says because I use those two, not religiously, but I use them a lot. So Joe Gomez is one of my main centre-backs in my main weekend league team, next to Virgil van Dijk. I'm not going to compare him to Van Dijk because Van Dijk offers something completely different, which I don't think any other defender in the game is going to be able to offer. Long, on the other hand, he's quite tall. I know he's only 6'1", but he does feel quite tall in game, and obviously he's sort of slender with it as well, but he does have great strength. He has better pace than Joe Gomez, and therefore is, in my opinion, a better player. He has defensive stats to rival any defender of this rating, and even upwards of around 87, 88 rated, especially when you give him the Shadow Chem style, which I've done. You get 95 slide tackle, 94 stand tackle, 88 defensive awareness, 93 heading, and 88 interceptions. That is outrageous. I mean, that is so good. The only annoying thing about it, and I'm always going to come back to this, and to be honest, it's probably the only thing that I can pick up on as a weakness, is just the links. It is so frustrating that chemistry exists in the game to a certain extent. I mean, I do get it, because otherwise there would be no challenge. Maybe they could keep it for squad builder challenges, and say, look, chemistry exists for the puzzles, but they don't exist for the actual team building. Or maybe you could make I don't know, get inform managers to offset chemistry on individual players by 10 or something. Anything, right? Anything to offset the the chemistry on something like this would be so good, because this guy can do it all. I never once felt, oh no, I've been caught in behind. I do feel like that with Gomez and Van Dijk. I don't feel like that with Long. And we had Tomori next to him. Tomori was decent, and I've always liked Tomori in this game ever since day one, when I was using him, because obviously he's the best option at the very beginning. But Long next to him, I had absolutely no doubts about at all. He just keeps up with everything. He intercepts everything. Even though his interceptions aren't great without a chem style, they're only 78. With a chem style, 88 makes him very good indeed. I just don't really have a problem with him. I think he's absolutely fantastic. It just boils down to whether you can fit him in your team. The annoying thing about this guy really is the fact that you're probably going to have to change your goalkeeper and your secondary centre-back to get him in there. He's one of those really low-rated cards that just seems to be fantastic. Militao-esque, you know, up there with a card that is probably going to cost you 60k all the way till gone Christmas of this rating. This card is exactly like that. Of course, it's only available through objectives, and it's not like you have to do the whole thing. I would actually have preferred, not preferred because it didn't make a blind bit of difference because I did it anyway, but I would have maybe half expected Long to be the group reward rather than Bojan or Bojan, right? Because he's better. He's a far better player than what that Bojan card is, because I think Long has a lot more longevity to him. You know, you can use him for a greater period of time. I think this card is going to be very useful all the way until team of the season, and I say that because what realistically can a defender do to be better than Long, right? So, okay, he doesn't have good passing, he doesn't have good dribbling or ball control, but his 81 composure and 80 reactions with 82 agility, that's enough, in my opinion. When combined with a Shadow Chem style, you've got more pace than any other defender is going to be able to muster. You've got mid-90 defensive stats, and you've got really good physicals without having to touch them. He's already 6'1" with 95 jumping. Literally the only problem with this guy is if you do decide to put him in there, you will struggle for a link at the back to get him on full chem. But even then, just play him on 7 chem. Is it really going to make that much of a difference to the card? Or I think you'd maybe get him at 8 chem, but you know, if you have to play him on 7 chem, you only get 85 acceleration, 87 sprint speed, you get sort of low 90s for defensive stats, and everything else is exactly the same. It's not ideal, sure, but it's better than not having him in the team at all, in my opinion. Absolutely fantastic card. Let me know what you think of him in the comments section down below. If you have enjoyed the video, hit the like button, subscribe to the channel if you're new, and until the next time, goodbye.
Join the Betting Rebellion and find out what your football knowledge is really worth.